What is good, y'all? Welcome in. I haven't done a live stream in a while, and I wanted to get one done yesterday, but life be life is sometimes. I wanted to check in with y'all and give y'all quick updates on the GNX Tour. News just broke yesterday that Schoolboy Q will be joining Kendrick in Australia. And we have spoke about that a little bit. I'm gonna wait for a couple of people to come in. Welcome in. I know it's been a while since I've done a real live, life be life. And so sometimes you don't always get to get out here. But I figured we could talk about it real quick. Schoolboy Q, a lot of us speculated that he possibly would be joining K-Dot. I think they're both performing at that festival out there in Australia too. And I think Doechii is as well. But I don't think Doechii is going to join the tour. You never know what they might do. Hey, when y'all come in, don't forget to hit the like button, man. Get this out to a lot of people. I appreciate y'all checking in with me. Yeah, we got a few things to talk about. A couple of GNX Tour update. But we got a couple of mashups here of just different content creators talking about the Schoolboy Q situation. So anybody out there that's in Australia going to this show, let me know in the comments what your situation is, how you going, friends, family, you going alone. It's always it's a great experience, And then after this, he got the South American leg of the tour as well.
Schoolboy Q added to the Grand National Tour. Interesting. Kendrick had wore this jacket. Thought that was a bit odd with 4 cards, right? But then the word from K-Dot Stan page posted this. Wait a minute. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm in my K-Dot cult member bag now. Those cards represent each member of Black Hippy? You also did say this on a Hot Part 6, right? It said Black Hippy didn't work because of you. Black Hippy album 5, nigga.
Accountability, right? K-Dot always got accountability. So we've been speculating for a while, and we all been wanting the Black Hippy, right? So do y'all want the Black Hippy or not? Hit the like button if you want the Black Hippy.
Listen.
That Black Hippy album.
Listen, is it a reaching foul on HQK? Maybe. Some of you may think that I'm saying this because I have insider information from TDE. I do not. In fact, this would be a TDE PG Lang vehicle. Y'all keep forgetting Kendrick PG Lang, him and Dave Free. I mean, they even created some other stuff the other day. Project 3 Agency. They got their own thing they going on over there, right? They moving like the CIA. But however, I think we have enough information to run with this theory. I mean, yeah, Schoolboy Q was supposed to be in overseas around that time. I believe there was another, festival over there with Kendrick, Doechii, but this is looking rather too suspicious, brother. And as far as I'm concerned, right, like the whole idea was he did the GNX album. That was my theory, his most fun album to date, because, he wanted to do, if you go to the Jojo Ruski, burner, he wanted to do something that, was for him. All I ever wanted was a Black Grand National, right? Like just something that, it was deep, but it wasn't too deep, right? Kind of like the Black Hippy thing. If you telling me you regret it, this not working because of you and, creative differences, then you probably want to check that other box off. Ain't no GNX Deluxe, post-tour, Black Hippy album, you heard it here, and other stamp pages on X, because I really got that information from them. But I was thinking about this verse. This is mine. So I was like, wait a minute. I remember you said this verse. But yeah, man. But as usual, though, anytime y'all put theories out there, Kendrick just be like, on his burner, court y'all, not doing it. Yeah, I want to stay mysterious, buddy.
Hey. At this point, I gotta say, all of us wants the Black Hippy. Anything like we want one song. We'll just take one song for now. What up, Jay? Welcome in, Jay. Jay said, he think, well, I don't know. He's opening up I don't think they're gonna have a DJ like Mustard. I don't think he could be replaced. But you never know. I'm curious to see what this show is actually gonna look like. I'm curious to see. And then of course, they got a couple songs together, so those are getting performed. The show. Those are definitely getting performed. Are y'all surprised that they're gonna add Absol? No, that's not the right video.
It's damn near impossible trying to predict. This low-key the best Kendrick theory I've heard in a minute, bro. So Kendrick Lamar was on stage wearing this jacket with these cards on his back, right? And of course, you know what I'm saying, it's damn near impossible trying to predict what Kendrick Lamar is gonna do. But this right here, oh yeah. They might be on to something, bro. And then I go look in the comments. Shout out Poor La Culture. A is for Absol, Q is for Schoolboy, J is for J-Rock, K is for Kendrick. What? You can't tell me that this is not the most foolproof or one of the most foolproof theories we heard in a minute, bro. Each card can represent each member of Black Hippy. We're probably getting a Black Hippy album, bro. I don't know when, but dog, you can't ignore this. There's no way this is a coincidence. I always go back to the Squabble Up video where the words are scrambled and he says everything means something. Like, bro, you can't tell me this is on accident. We either getting a Black Hippy tour or we're getting a Black Hippy project. We might get both. We might get both.
I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. How y'all feel about? Well, we gotta be getting something, man. I don't think it's coincident that Schoolboy Q is gonna be. Well, he was supposed to be at that festival anyway, but so is Doechii. But the fact that he's gonna do those shows with him, and I'm really curious to see what that's gonna look like. That's gonna be exciting. That's gonna be exciting. Of course, I'm gonna drop a GNX clip in here for y'all from the show. This one here was in I think Barcelona. Hey, one thing I wanted to talk about after there's two more shows. Let me see. It's two more shows in Sweden and where's the other place they're in? But after these two shows, SZA is off the tour. Like, this show's going to change a lot with SZA not being on this tour. A lot of the songs that they're performing together, I'm pretty sure he won't be doing any of those songs. You know, a lot of the set list is going to look totally different for sure. And I remember when this tour started, you didn't really care too much about SZA, but now you actually got to go out and see her, and a lot of people are feeling a lot different about her. Hey, Diane, yeah. We were just talking about that, you know. It may happen. It may definitely happen. Now we're all hoping for it, for sure. We're all hoping for it. This here's another clip right here of this is actually Kendrick in Brazil a few years ago.
Brother Cat up here yet? No. What's your name, bro? Gabriel! Everybody make some noise for Gabriel. He had this. Everybody make some noise for my brother Thunder Mother.
Yeah, that was a clip of Dot in Brazil a few years ago. Man, Dot connect with everybody. Yo, Dot connects with anybody. Listen, if they double back on this GNX tour, I guarantee they can sell out America again. I guarantee it. I put a lot because it seemed like a lot of us feel bad about watching the way they celebrated Dot overseas. That junk is crazy. But yeah, the Black Hippy rumors are real. I mean, for a while we talked about when Kendrick kept bringing that second GNX out on stage, and we all talked about what did he have coming. We speculated that this could be it. Now, the song he did, where is it? I may have it, but I'm not sure I want to play it because of the copyrights. But this is the song Bodies, and he talks about Q and Johnny, which is J-Rock and Schoolboy Q in the song. So this song hasn't been given a title yet. It's just, we call it Bodies. Somebody call it Tiramisu. But this could be we could probably hear the rest of this song in Australia for sure. I think we could definitely hear that in Australia. Yeah. I think we can hear that new song in Australia for sure. Because it'll be the perfect time. And matter of fact, it could even happen at the festival. I wouldn't be surprised. But let's see how this tour wraps up in I think Sweden. After Sweden, we lose SZA. And that's gonna be a sad night. I can see it coming already. Oh, it's gonna be sad. It's gonna be a watery fest. I could see it. I could definitely see it's gonna be a sad night. Now, anybody got planning on going to the South American? Because Australia won't be till the end of the year. Australia is coming up, I think, in December. These are the Australian dates. Oh, let me get that tab off your face. So that's December 3rd and December 10th. So that's end of the year. You know, he's going. This is the next leg of the tour after they finish Sweden. I think it is Sweden. So they'll be going. He'll be in, and he got two other guys with him. I forgot their name. They're Hispanic guys from, I think, Argentina. They're from Argentina. It's a duo. Mexico City is a good city to try to get to if y'all could get there. So how y'all doing tonight? Where y'all checking in from? Anybody got a chance to go to the GNX tour, to the concert? I'm pretty sure it came to a close city at some point next to you. This clip up. This is another clip I have here of them acting a fool, showing us out. Look at this crowd, y'all. Now, how many I wish I was in that crowd? I tell you what, depending on what side of 40 you on, it's dangerous as hell in that crowd. For sure. Dangerous. Like, that's a different type of energy right there. Just saying that to the whole show. Well, maybe not do SZA's part, but that energy is insane. That's insane energy right there. Still no, excuse me, still no Baby Keem. I thought we would have definitely saw a little Baby Keem or something on this tour. Well, I mean overseas. He was at the second night at MetLife, but you know, we would have liked to see Baby Keem go over there and perform that because it was a hit since it you know, was a hit song throughout wherever it was done. Because I went back and looked at some of the clips from LA, Seattle, New York, especially when Baby Keem came out in New York. They went nuts. They went nuts. So like I said, we got how do y'all feel about SZA leaving the tour? I mean, I know we got a lot of K-Dot fans here. Yeah, I need to let me know in the comments if y'all checking in later how y'all feel about and the crazy thing about this Family Ties song is that the version Kendrick does at the concert is Baby Keem's version because Kendrick comes in on a whole different beat switch. But he has his own verse that he created for Family Ties as well. You know, K-Dot, he the GOAT. He could do whatever he wants. Well, because, I mean, he would have been, if he was going to be in Australia, they would have said it because there's only 2 shows. And then the South American leg, he has 2 Hispanic guys with him. Yeah. How you doing? Now, yeah, she does that girl Shine. She does have other things coming up. I think there's a movie she's gonna start filming soon or something like that. I gotta double check on that to be accurate. But I'm sure at this point the opportunities for SZA is through the roof. Like I'm pretty sure it could get higher, but it's through the roof. You know, at this point, she's been seen by so many people around the world, and her stock is way up. Way up. If y'all know what she might be working on or y'all heard, let me know in the comments. I gotta I'm gonna leave my Instagram, which is Peapod Cove 1 ONE. My regular Peapod Cove account got shut down, and IG they won't even let me get back into it. So I'm gonna leave a couple of those links in the description as well. So y'all can start sending me stuff over there to the IG. It'd be way easier to pick it up. What's that? Yeah, I mean, we all know at some point she was going to go. But I think what it is for me is when we started this tour, it was all about Kendrick. There was like nobody really cared about her. But most of us here went to the tour at some point when they got close to their city. So when you actually go and see SZA perform live, you could understand why they do this together. And then they had so many songs together as well. But she's definitely going to be missed because the set list is going to change dramatically. Because you got to think too, Luther is now their biggest song ever. It spent 13 weeks at #1. So this is like their biggest song, and it's still in the top 10 as of today. Which album is that? Okay, I'm still on that then. For some reason, this program's been running a little slow tonight. Yeah, I think Kendrick's set list is going to change. Well, I think when he does the Australia and he have Schoolboy Q, it's going to be pretty much songs with them, I'm assuming. I'm hoping Absol show up, if they do the reunion. I'm not sure what J-Rock is. But you know what, though, too? J-Rock's the only one that haven't dropped anything new. Absol and what's the name? Didn't they just put out albums or new music? J-Rock's the only one that haven't done anything yet. Is he? I just saw a snippet of something. They were performing in London. Was that Schoolboy Q? Could have been Schoolboy Q that was performing in London. And they were singing Don't Kill My Vibes. But yeah, I mean, I think after this tour, I could see Black Hippy coming together and we're all doing this again next year for a Black Hippy tour. That would be insane. And you know what's crazy? SZA could be on that tour too, because she's been there from the jump. They got tons of songs together. The whole crew. Listen, we've been waiting on J-Rock for a while. You know what I'm saying? He need to drop something. If J-Rock drops an album, we know it's definitely going to be a Black Hippy tour. That's definitely going to have to happen because that's going to be insane because we know Kendrick got another album coming. I'm pretty sure as soon as this GNX tour is done with, or right when it's about to finish, he's going to drop another project. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be a whole different sound as well. I just did that reaction to the song that was leaked, and it potentially was a reference track for Diddy. But Kendrick wrote that junk like 8-9 years ago, and the song could still resonate to the time of today. You're finding that out with a lot of his music. Oh yeah, I'll definitely go again. Shoot, there was people that went 10, 12, 13 times. They did 10 shows in the US and then they hit up Europe and did 4 or 5 over there. So it won't be insane. Plus, if we were to catch him again, I'm sure it's going to be a different show because the set list is going to change with whoever he's performing with. For sure. Anybody gonna try to get to Mexico City? I was gonna try to see if I could get to Mexico City, but that'll be a push right now. But you know what? This tour is worth it. It's definitely worth it. I definitely see Kendrick and SZA do a lot of things on this tour that it's gonna change everything. Because you know what, Kendrick is turning his music into popular music around the world. Him and SZA. And after this tour, you gotta call him the GOAT. And he's about to obliterate that record too, that Drake record that he got. He's gonna obliterate that before he get back home because the numbers haven't come out on these stadiums yet that he's done overseas. Those got to be coming out soon. Well, you know what? SZA had just came off tour before this GNX tour, and that tour grossed over 100 million. You know, a lot of people don't realize how big SZA is on her own. But yeah, her last tour grossed over 100 mil, and she just did that before this tour because Dot came off the tour before he went into the beef as well with Drake. So yeah, I don't be sleeping on SZA, man. The thing is with SZA is a lot of times if you ask somebody like, no, I don't know any SZA songs. But if you play it for them, they'll be like, oh, I know this song. And they just didn't realize she's the one that sang it. So I got a lot of that at a concert. I was sitting there and I was like, oh my God, I can't believe she sang this. But she got a massive catalog as well. A lot of songs. Hey, I see it's pretty much calmed down with SZA and Nicki. Yeah, y'all really like those videos. Y'all wanted me to make some more of those videos with the SZA and Nicki, because there's tons of stuff that came out about that. There's people are still talking about it. You know, the internet is really, they defended SZA like crazy. Did y'all see that coming? I know Nicki do be bugging sometimes, but you got to get somebody got to be the evil one, right? Man, I'm curious to see if do they have any music together yet? No, right? Doechii and Kendrick, do they have any music together yet? I think that could be something that would change. I'm not sure. Because if they have music together and work together, they're more likely to tour together or, you know. I mean, that's just how I kind of look at it. But let's see what happened in Australia because both of them supposed to be at that fest. Yeah, not with K-Dot though, right? Yeah. They're both of them supposed to be at that festival in Australia. But they're both with the same label at some point, you know, because look, Dot don't even do features for everybody. As much features as out there right now for Dot, if you realize they're for certain type of artists, he just don't do features for anybody. And he talked about that. Can I get a drop? Nigga, no. Man, I would have definitely loved to go see him over in Brazil or Chile or something like that. That would have been pretty cool. Yeah, this is one of those albums that came out and it didn't really have a rollout. So it had a slow start. And like when we heard it, everybody was like, man, the junk is fire. It took a while to take off. Yeah, because that one of the things that was that Nicki that came out with that talking about the first week sales and then they win a Grammy type thing because she mad because she ain't ever win a Grammy. But the numbers on that early was mad low. I think it was 9,000 first week. And then it hit the algorithms. And it hasn't stopped since. You know what I'm saying? That song, what is it? That one's all over TikTok. Anxiety. I mean, how much money that song's making. I know it's a redo, like 2-3 times over, but still, she made it into her own. You notice Nicki doesn't get along with any of those girls in that club, the one that's have won that award, because it's Lauryn Hill in there, Doechii, and Cardi B. And she beefing with all of them. I still can't think about, she's never won a Grammy. But she out here talking junk. Yeah, that song is it's been done before, different versions of it, but people love it. People love it. Except the haters, of course. But yeah, whenever you see that stuff on TikTok and all these platforms, trust me, a claim is put in. Shoot, we can't even, some of these videos, we got to do a lot of clipping because that copyright hits you quick. Yeah, I think Nicki and Doechii, what's the chances of them going at each other? Because that's something I would love to see. It'll be good for hip hop, at least women hip hop. I think it could put it on another level. I mean, we could almost say that that's destined to happen anyway, right? I think that Doechii, Nicki Minaj is definitely heading towards something because Doechii and SZA is pretty close from what I've been seeing, and SZA and Kendrick's pretty close. And right now it's kind of TDE versus what is it? Wounded Young Money, we're gonna call them, right? Because they wounded right now. They hurt. They scrapping. Everybody over there, they getting that. When you fighting and you trying to avoid getting grabbed, and you like scrapping, and you like that's what they all doing. They trying. They definitely trying. He called me. They crashing out bad. Definitely crashing out bad. But yeah, I just wanted to come on tonight and actually I was supposed to come on last night, but life be lifing. But this is part of the tour we got coming up after the next two dates. Schoolboy Q won't be joining that tour, well, that leg of the tour to Australia, which is December 3rd and December 10th. But before that, we got to get to South America. And I think I heard that the Argentina show sold out. Argentina? Yeah, I was looking online yesterday. I was looking at I think Argentina and Colombia might be sold out already, if I'm not mistaken. At least all the pre-sale tickets and stuff was sold out. And I think the Argentina stadium where Kendrick is going to perform, it's either Argentina or Colombia, will be the first American performer to perform at that stadium. He's going to break a record. He holds like 65,000 or something of that sort. I couldn't save that clip, but yeah, it seems like every day K-Dot break a new record, right? Oh, I'm definitely gonna I'm gonna try, and there's a couple of creators that I usually tap in with, try to get the live stream, and hopefully we can. I was only do one in Europe because of the time zone change. It was harder. You know what? I could always run it back after because I could usually get the stream after and run it back, but I just never did that. I'm not sure what the time zone difference are going to be for South America. I'm gonna have to check on that because with Europe it was 6 hours ahead, so it sucked for a lot of people. But definitely going to try to get into streams, and I got the mashups. I definitely got the mashups. All these soccer stadiums, they party different. They're used to celebrating in those stadiums like that. They definitely used to that. So no one's attending these shows yet. I know somebody's flying in from somewhere. If you watching this later on the rerun, you flying in to watch any of these shows in South America, leave me a comment down below. Let me know what your trip's gonna be, because that would be a nice trip. That'd be a nice trip. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people from that's doing the tour in Europe right now is gonna follow this tour to South America as well. A few people I know, they're definitely gonna follow this tour. And then we all hoping, like Diana, that they double back and do at least 2 or 3 more shows in the US on the back end. And then we may get lucky and Black Hippy may just have a reunion tour. Or album for sure. Yeah, they release them. It just takes a while to come out. You know, they count all the data. Then somebody releases it, because they count everything up, not just ticket sales, merch sales, and everything is tallied up. So I'm curious to see what they've done so far. I'm real curious, because some of these stadiums, I mean, they hold massive amount of money, but the thing is, we don't know what they're charging people overseas compared to what we paid in the US, because it seemed like a lot of that exchange is setting things off differently. Like, especially those Canadian shows, I thought they would have made way more money than that. Yeah, I know there's a difference in the value, but to me, that was a huge difference. Plus, that stadium isn't as big. It didn't hold as many people as some of the other ones. I appreciate you, Maria, coming through. Yeah, that was a nice show. I remember that one. So you had a great time. I mean, a lot of us. I don't think I've met anyone or talked to anyone that went to this concert and did not have a good time. Did not have a good time. When the concert leaves, you want so much more. Hey, is there a song that y'all wanted him to perform that he didn't perform? Were y'all happy with the set list that K-Dot gave us? I mean, I don't object to any of it. I mean, I thought it was cool. How do y'all feel about the set list? I mean, he kind of told a story, if you ask me. Yeah, any of those shows. Why isn't it any of those shows where it rained? The performances were they stepped it up. They stepped it up. Yeah. You know what? I was thinking this yesterday too, when Collard Greens was playing, and I was like, oh, that's definitely going to be in the set list. That is definitely going to be in the set list. Yeah, I'm curious to see. I'm pretty sure. Well, the set list finna change after this Sweden show. You know, we got 2 more shows left in Europe, and the set list gonna change after that because SZA's leaving the tour. So I'm curious to see what that set list is gonna look like, because they don't have any. Doesn't have any songs with this the Hispanic group that's going to be joining the tour. I thought I had their names in here still. I think I took it out. I can't remember. Yeah, I took it out. Jay, sometime when you talk or on your phone and it just lights up, start searching stuff, you'd be like, come on, man. What you trying to do? What you trying to do? Yeah, when the shows when it rained, like Seattle, Charlotte, when it was pouring, those were some of their best performances. Now, the show at Mexico City, that show could be real crazy. They love that over there. That show could be insane. Now, I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a J Rock watch or something. Because you got to think now is what we in July, August, September, October, November. So we got 4 months to December. If J Rock drops anytime from now to December, I am pretty sure we're gonna have a Black Hippy reunion. Because the rest of that Body song, I think J Rock and Schoolboy Q is on that. Because he talks about them in the song. But the song hasn't been given a title, a name. And then throughout this tour, he has performed that song a few times. He has performed that song a few times where he just perform it, and then the next time he do N95. So there's meaning behind a lot of the stuff that he's doing, and then he got the GNX out on stage, which meaning it could be a deluxe. I hope it's not a deluxe album because to me, this GNX album is a classic album already. And I think the deluxe or whatever the second one is should just stand on its own. And, but we'll see what happens. You said, when is he going to take a break? Who Dot? Listen, right now he got the game in a chokehold. He could do whatever he wants. He could do whatever he wants. But I truly believe that he got another album ready to come out. Something. There's another project. Whether I'm hoping it's Black Hippy. I'm definitely hoping it's Black Hippy. But if it's not, I can't be mad at it. I can't be mad at it. Whatever he drops, because I can't tell you the last time I heard a bad Kendrick verse. I can't say it was the last time I heard a bad Kendrick verse. Even that reference track he did for Diddy was so much fire. I was like, man, change a few words. You could own that. Yeah. That's this concert changed a lot of people, man. When you get out there and you actually, they give you that good feeling, that good energy you need. Like if you was having a bad day, you went to this concert, man, you left high as hell. You didn't even touch a blunt. I'm just being real. That's how it was. SZA put that little fairy dust on you when she fly over and she starts doing her little, yep, got him. Yep, definitely all over the stadium. And then the thing is with this concert, this tour, is that the collaborations that they do have, 98% of the people in the stadium knew the songs. So that's what kind of brought everyone together, where you could actually, like not like us, 110% of the people knew that song. And everybody could dance. And when you dance with a bunch of people, have a good time, man, you leave the stadium, everybody feeling good. Everybody's happy, What was that song? Num Num Juice? That was Black Hippy in them, right? That Num Num Juice. I'm really hoping at least if we get the Black Hippy, we could definitely see them on tour again at least next year. But Would Black Hippy do a stadium though? I don't know. Right? I don't think they'll do a stadium. Now, after you do a stadium tour, can you go back to doing arenas? I mean, Michael Jackson didn't go back to doing arenas, right? When he was started doing stadiums, he just kept doing stadiums, right? You think that's going back to doing arenas after the stadium tour, or we just straight stadium now? Just and do y'all think he could have done the stadium tour without SZA? Because I don't know. SZA was a big draw as well. She was definitely a big draw. I got the incense burn over there. I was like, what is that smell? So what y'all doing on a set? Well, it's Sunday morning now, right? Depending on where you are. I'm on the East Coast. Far East Coast. Where y'all checking in from? Ronald, Maria, Diana, that girl Shine. Definitely got another mashup that I'm putting together, the GNX Tour, because we got the next show is until the 6th. So I'm definitely going to have to put something together because I'm, starting to fiend, haven't heard a show in a while. Yeah, Ronald's checking in from Virginia. Yeah, I've been to VA a few times, Virginia Beach. Cali, Maryland. Well, I'm in Connecticut, of course. Yeah, I'm hiding out in CT. It's crazy because, dude's doing a world tour. Doing a world tour. I can't be mad at that. But listen, if y'all, well, y'all already know if y'all close and getting a chance to go see this tour, make sure y'all go. Because this is one tour right here, you won't be disappointed. Over the Commanders. Yo, that is the football Commanders you're talking about? I wish they changed their name back to Washington Football Team. I like that name a lot better. Forty from VA. Listen, one thing I know about KDOT, the fans range from 2-3 years old all the way up till the grave. I've seen all ages at this show. His music resonate with everyone. He's like Bob Marley and Michael Jackson. Why y'all think they trying to censor Kendrick? If y'all notice, there's a lot of songs that's been censored that we haven't even heard about because these guys don't complain about stuff. They don't complain. You ain't gonna see them out here trying to sue nobody. They just take their bumps and they move on. But there's a reason why they're trying to censor a lot of these guys, Yeah. Oh, you're retired, Maria? Yeah, I mean, he still does resonate with everybody. Yeah, when you watch Kendrick perform, like he has the stage presence, he has the audience, he respect the audience. He you could see it in everything he does, and you could feel that energy when he leaves. Like And like I said, even SZA, at first, I thought the match didn't make sense. But after I went to the concert, I understand why they toured together. And then, of course, they had so many collabs. They ended up dropping Luther right in the middle of that tour when it hit #1 and stayed there for 13 weeks. And that song's going to be it's still in the top 10. And that's going to be there, I'll probably say, to the end of the year, because the industry is going to push it, because it's a nice song. It's a nice wedding song. It's good. And I appreciate that. I appreciate that. That's why I do a lot of these mashups, because for one, I wanted to kind of show people, like, Kendrick Lamar isn't just a rap artist, man. He's not just some kid from Compton. Like the narrative out here was like, the only reason why people are playing Kendrick Lamar, people are hearing about Kendrick Lamar, is because he got in a rap battle with Drake. That's and people don't realize Kendrick Lamar was doing this just as long as Drake. No, he hasn't. He didn't compromise for the money. And if you know, you know. But I wanted people to realize that Drake isn't really the bigger artist. Kendrick been big for a while. It's just that you've been in your lane getting pacified, and I'm over here getting educated. What was one of the main thing they talked about in the beef? Oh, I don't want to have to go through no history lesson. Man, life's about history. When is it not a good time to teach your people something? When everybody's listening. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's listening. You're going to drop a history lesson on your ass. Yeah, I mean, I mentioned this to a lot of people. Like, after the Super Bowl, Kendrick Lamar gained so many fans just from the Super Bowl. And this is all races. I mean, if you go to a Kendrick Lamar concert, and I'm sure a lot of you guys here went, and when you look around, you swear you're in the United Nations. And everybody know the songs word for word. Everybody. So that whole narrative, whatever you want to say, this dude is bringing all cultures together. And that's what prophets do. That's what griots do. That's like King was doing this stuff. He's doing it with the music. Bob Marley's the same thing. He was the same thing. He brought all genres together. All of them. Yeah, I saw a lot of this. Listen, my 8-year-old nephew, see, 8 or 11, nine. He wanted me to take him, but he's in Alabama. I'm in Connecticut. We couldn't get our schedule together. But yeah, I mean, everybody, once you understand how Kendrick is, once he did the Super Bowl and people finally realized who he was, because his back catalog was so great, his streaming numbers are going to catch up and pass Drake. I think they might have. If they haven't passed him, they're close. Because his back catalog is so great, and he have a lot of stuff back there. So the fact that you guys are going out and actually doing research and looking it up is what you should be doing. And then, now it's not like back in the day where you actually had to go buy a CD or buy a record. Now with streaming, you just hit a button. If you want to learn about the beef, you hit a button and you say, oh, these are the songs from the beef. You hit a button. Boop. This is the set list for the GNX Tour. I mean, everything is right there. So it's amazing. And dude got so many new fans. It's crazy. I didn't get a chance to do. Actually, I filmed it, but I never released it to the channel. Where Kendrick Lamar is going to be, there's going to be a college that's going to be having this course there. I think, was it Temple? And when you talk about one of the greatest rappers to ever do it, like even you talk about Jay-Z being the greatest, you talk about all these people, ain't nobody got them dudes in no college trying to study their work. They ain't never win no Pulitzer Prize for their album. Like, this is all K-Dot, and he's got all these accolades, and they still trying to say he ain't what he's been doing. They still trying to say, oh, like downplay his achievements. But that's for us. We the fans, we talk about it more than he do. He don't care about that stuff. Because as a man, you know what you did. You ain't got to always speak on it. Man, SZA is a superstar. Like, especially you see the way she dealt with this whole Nicki thing, where she came in, she was a grown adult. You know, it's crazy lately. Like, if you look around social media, it seemed like the younger kids are acting more mature than some of these older folks that's just ghettoish. I'm sure that's a word, but y'all know they just like forget how their parents raised them. Like Nicki, she just, hey, sometimes that money get to their head too, man. That money and that fame, it gets to their head. Like that. Listen, I love this performance at the GNX concert. They had the amazing pyros. I sat pretty close to I was in the 8th row. Those pyros went off, man. You can feel like it was hot, much less the people that was on the stage. Man, I was like, whoa. But the performance was amazing for that show. For like that at the concert, for real. That was definitely one of my favorite performances, because every time he said boom, that flame got hot. That flame got hot. But we're gonna definitely miss SZA though. I think when this tour come off. So these next two, well, I might try to drop another mashup for y'all, but I'm pairing up for what's to come. I hate to say it, my first hearing about the Super Bowl. Okay, so yeah, so you didn't hear about Kendrick to the Super Bowl. So you're one of the fans I was just speaking about. Now, since the Super Bowl, he has had millions. I'm not even sure what the number is at right now. I have to look it up. I don't want to misspeak and get killed in the comments, because y'all be holding y'all boy accountable. I be saying some shit on some joking stuff, and y'all just come at me, but I can't be mad, because you know what? That's good. We could all understand each other. We ain't gotta lie and make shit up over here. But yeah, since the Super Bowl, a lot of people are now discovering him for the first time. And his music especially if you real hip hop. He has a lot of jazz, he has a lot of blues, and he got stuff inside the music that connects, especially as a Black person. I can't speak for every other person, but most of the samples he chooses to use is the music our grandmothers listen to. It's that type of stuff. So when we hear certain things, it literally resonates with us right from the jump, where we can't even let go. Hey, Judith, thank you coming through with the knowledge. Yeah, so I was right. It was Temple University. And I forgot the name of the professor that's going to be teaching the class, but, he doing his thing. Not even Drake, they claim him to be the greatest, right? Ain't nobody writing nothing about him. Only thing you might see is a picture of him next to a colonizer. That's probably it when it comes to Drake. But Yeah, Philly. I mean, Philly standing up and standing on business, man. And you know what? Kendrick show mad respect and love to everybody, man. So I wouldn't be surprised if this doesn't get extended. You could see more classes and more programs popping up, because this is a type of art that's going to be studied for a long time. Yeah, this was Kendrick's second Super Bowl performance. Now, if you go and rewatch his first Super Bowl performance and look how much his performance stands out at the first time he performed. And the people that he performed with on stage was Mary J. Blige, Snoop, Dr. Dre, Eminem, and 50 Cent. And they were all legend compared to where he was at the time when he did that Super Bowl. That was the one in LA. And when Kendrick verse comes on, his part comes on, he stands out. Like he had like a 45-second performance that you will never forget. And that's what GOATs do. And then they turned around and was like, you know what? We don't want 45 minutes. We want the whole 15 minutes of just you. We don't care if you don't bring no features or nothing. They says, yeah, I'm going to bring my features, but I'm going to sing their song instead of bringing them. Easy, Jack. But, yeah, Super Bowl, Temple University. Hey, I'm sure they got some hate coming down the pipe for that, too. I'm sure they got some hate coming down the pipe. But, hey, that's what we love about him. We love that he hold us accountable. We hold him accountable. He teach us and tell us what we need to be doing, you know, where we need to be, what we need to pay attention to. You know, and I'm going to keep saying there's a reason why they're trying to silence him and people like the Clips. You know, when these people got knowledge to share within the community of what's really going on, the powers that be don't want that. They want to sign these rappers that's illiterate, that can't read and write, and can't communicate with people. Like if you realize now, look at these new rappers that's coming in. Half of them can't even write their goddamn name. You know, and then they get them on the rugs and all this stuff and get them stuck. They get them stuck. You know, I thought about this, and I tell you what, there are gonna be some pissed off people if that was to happen. Now, the world, as we've seen, and this world tour that K-Dot's on, puts a whole monkey wrench in Drake's damn lawsuit. Because if y'all go back and watch my mashup videos, go check out all my mashup videos. In every video, I try to get a copy of Not Like Us with the fans singing it. And it is louder overseas in some of these stadiums of them singing it than the stadiums here in North America, which proves that the song was a popular song and everybody heard the song. Everybody. Well, we all know the Super Bowl that K-Dot performed it in was the #1 performed Super Bowl ever. So they wanted it. They replayed it that many times because it was so good. You know, I was watching the other day the number. If somebody could check it real quick though, like if you the views on that Super Bowl halftime show, it's like through the roof. It's through the roof. Like, as much as I'm pretty sure the NFL would love to have him back, because that made them a lot of money A lot of money. The amount of the advertising before the halftime show and after the halftime show, that's where they make a lot of money. That price is a different price right there. They made a lot of money. Listen, this is man, I gotta get some water right quick. You know, I talked about this earlier. We saw he did it with Chike and Peekaboo. We see him do it with Baby Keem, because he's been performing Family Ties on this tour the entire time. And the version he's been performing is a version with Baby Keem. His version have a different beat. You know, it's the same thing. I'm gonna go to the Super Bowl, and because I know the man that I collaborated with on this song can't come, so I'm gonna do his verse. And when Chike, I know sometimes I say that messed up. It's just my accent. Y'all don't kill me and say, "Oh, you AC Chike." I might say it wrong, but to do his verse, when he heard Dot performing his verse, he was psyched, yo. That was because, yo, you think about it. That's something he wrote. You know what I mean? Dot don't do that often. And when he came out and performed in LA, everybody knew the verse because Dot's been performing it since the Super Bowl. And that's a testament to Dot, man. That's a testament to Dot. Yeah, they took out Michael Jackson. Now, I remember watching that performance when it came out, because the whole thing about this Michael Jackson thing was they went and got Michael Jackson because they kept losing to In Living Color at halftime. If y'all remember that. Y'all remember In Living Color? In Living Color, you can do what you want to do. In Living Color. Y'all remember that? They decided to have a halftime show a couple years ago. Well, during that time. And they used to have it at the halftime show, and people would leave the NFL show to go watch Living Color. So the NFL said, all right, we're going to go get Michael Jackson. And they went and got Michael Jackson to get the halftime show back away from Keenan Ivory Wayans. Oh, yeah, definitely. So listen, South America gonna be insane. I want to see the one in Brazil too. Brazil. Even Chile and on Argentina. That crowd, I've partied with that crowd before at festivals. I did a couple festivals in Oregon and places like that, and it was put together by 14 different countries. And Chile and Argentina was two of those countries. And I tell you what, we're going to see a lot of excitement over there. Hey, I love it. I love seeing it. Because at least you know, right? Because when you I travel a lot. I'm West Indian, so I had to travel to come here to the US. I go back home at least 4 or 5 times a year. And I try to do more. But I travel to different places. And when you see something like this, Kendrick Lamar performing around the world, right? He's connecting with people around the world. So at the end of the day, you have to think about this. I already got a connection with somebody around the world I don't even know. We all connect when it comes to this type of music. And you know what? If you ask me, when you connect with somebody through music, that means y'all all have a certain type of understanding together. So if y'all could connect on that, you could meet somebody on the other side of the world and y'all could get along like brothers and sisters, and it'll be just another day. So I run into that all the time. I tell people, I said, man, there's so many good people around the world. That's how I know, like, things are always going to work out. The bad ones are what make it to the top. And that's all we talk about. But there's a lot of good people around here. You said I'm showing my age. Hey, I ain't no spring chicken. For sure. I might not say, maybe I could guess that, down in the comments. Maybe I put up a poll or something, but but yeah, I mean, you definitely gotta say it like you see it, You definitely gotta say it like that. Don't be like Drake and Nicki and Wayne. Yeah, I really responded to that Wayne Nicki, the downfall of Young Money. Do y'all ever think they're gonna pass the torch? Any of them? Yeah, no. Because at some point, you gotta pass it, right? Like Nicki's never put anybody on. Who has Drake put on? Party Party is Drake's worst enemy, like Party is like he's trying to get away from Drake. He can't run fast enough. It's like no matter what he does, Drake just shows up and shits on his table. Excuse my language, but that's what he does to him. Like I don't understand how he's been with Drake this long, and this is the first time they put something out together, and it's just all throwaways. Yeah. Now, like I said, Kendrick music resonate with a lot of people. Like my little nephew loves him. Like he's a kid, he's a baby. What are you like 11? 11? And he could resonate with him. Like, and I'm like, wow. No, Snoop, he never passed the torch. If you talk to Snoop, he say he never passed it. He said Kendrick took it. That's what he said. He said, I ain't trying to give up no torch. But that day when Key was there, he said Kendrick took it. He said he wasn't trying to give up nothing. He wasn't trying to give up a thing. But the thing is, though, I like the fact that yeah, he said that. He was like, man, I wasn't trying to give up nothing. Kendrick took that junk. It was like, man, and that's how I feel about Drake. Like, even after all this stuff Drake's done, if Drake get in the studio and and make a real album and came out and be honest, everybody would feel different about him. But the fact that he keeps running around popping ass, everything with Sexy Red, everything that Kendrick said he was gonna do, and things, it all panned out to be that. All of it. Like we actually saw him at the Wireless Fest popping ass with Sexy Red. It's like, what are we talking about? Yeah. Yeah, and like I was finish up what I was saying before about one of the reasons why I do the mashup series is because people didn't realize how much times, because Kendrick does tours a lot. And if you go down on all those European tour videos that I did of some of the European tour, the European people will tell you Kendrick and SZA comes there a lot. They're there at least every 2 years, 3 years, they're touring over there, and they love him. They love him. Like TDE, PG Lang just didn't like take a dice and throw that junk and say, hey, we're going to have 2 shows over here. We're going to have one there. They didn't do what Drake did and went to Australia to run away from Kendrick and just say, oh, I'm Drake. I'm going to sell anywhere. And had to run home because he wasn't selling. No, PG Lang and TDE do their homework. Before they do their homework. They poll, they find out where the numbers are. Once they do that, then they book the shows because they know they're going to win. If you see how it's been going, I mean, whoever thought all but one show, which was the Houston show that didn't sell out. It was at 90-something%, like 98%. But who thought all these shows would sell out? You know, like nobody thought that was possible. But they're doing it. And the fact that after because you remember too, when they booked the American tour, the world tour wasn't booked yet. The Spanish, none of that wasn't booked. But after what they saw K-Dot did at the Super Bowl, everybody was, I don't know. And then they saw those YouTube numbers on the actual Super Bowl performance went to like, I forgot how many million in like a couple of days. I think it hit like 100 mil in less than a month. It was insane what the number was. And then all of a sudden, all these promoters start calling, hey, we want that concert. We want that concert. We want that concert. Y'all talking about CI down here. Would you say Drake need to put some respect on K-Dot in my baby voice? For real. Listen, Drake ain't got no broadtopsy, man. That's what we will say. You ain't got no broadtopsy, so no. Hold up. I know that's what Nate would say. Hold up. Pop. You know, Pop, the thing I always love about Pop, man, Pop, it's like he had no fear. Pop didn't fear anything. He said what he wanted to say. He did what he wanted to do. And, you know, Pop was one of them dudes, man. Pop was one of them dudes. And isn't that amazing? And the thing is, like, I talked about it before. Kendrick did an entire album. And when the album was finished, he didn't like it and scrapped the entire album. And when you see Kendrick put music out, and for instance, like, what's the name that was here earlier? And she said Maria. She hasn't discovered Kendrick Lamar until the Super Bowl. But now, because his music is so timeless, she can go back and listen to it, and it actually makes sense. It actually resonates with our time today. And that's the thing about Kendrick's music. That's what I love about what he brings forward. And you could go back and listen to a lot of these artists. I can name 3: Nicki, Drake, and Wayne. Go back and listen to their stuff. Because right now, I think we heading for a TDE / PG Lang versus Young Money battle or something coming up. Because Nicki seemed like she's trying to get froggy, and I'm hoping Doechii and SZA humble her. You know, because one thing I bet I don't care what any Drake fan said. The one thing Drake should have never done last year was gotten a beef with Kendrick Lamar. And I could guarantee right now, I don't care what nobody say, he wish he did not. And if you still saying Drake won this beef, who's in court? You know what I'm saying? But his stuff is just timeless. He makes timeless music. You know, it depends on who you ask. Because according to Drake and XQC and all these people, hip-hop was down last year. But if you notice, since Kendrick neutralized Drake, all that auto-tunes is gone. And I'm happy about it. I can't stand that auto-tunes. You know, I think Drake is Mr. Auto-tunes. I thought auto-tunes was only for T-Pain. But Drake decided to colonize it. and they use the worst damn auto tunes, man. Take that shit off your voice so we can hear what you got to say. But I definitely like the fact that junk got neutralized. So it's the people that like real hip hop, and it's to the point now. I'd also do a live music review show on a Saturday. I actually did this before this live on the Transporter Room, and it's like an underground music review. That's on Saturdays at 7. I'm gonna leave a description for that down in the chat. It's a panel of 4 people. We review albums and stuff like that. But this is at the time right now where real hip hop is what everybody want to hear. And on any level, it doesn't matter. You got bars, you got people gonna listen. People gonna listen. It's a lot of good music out here, y'all. A lot of good music. I ain't gotta listen to a lot of this pacifier stuff with a bunch of crap in it. Crap. Like I said, half these young rappers today, sorry to say, they can't even read and write their names. You try to talk to them and they can't even hold a conversation. That'll never happen. Like, at least with the Pusha T, he claimed he lost. But I don't think he ever would have Kendrick's name in his mouth anymore, because I don't think Kendrick pushed the red button yet. I think Kendrick still got a lot of stuff on him. So he knows to be quiet and go in the corner and relax somewhere. I know that. I think that for sure. He ain't messing with K-Dot no more. He gonna keep sneak dissing though. That ain't never gonna stop. He gonna keep sneak dissing. D Walls. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. How's he doing? Hopefully he's all right. I'm gonna jump out, and as a fan, you should have still went. You should have just left him home. Said, honey, you need to take one for the team. Here's some extra pills. Nah, don't listen to me. I'm happy you stayed and make sure the hubby was good. But hey, you missed a good one. But you got to make, like K-Dot said, you got to make sure the family's good. Family first. Hopefully, you missed one this year, but maybe next year you'll be able to catch the Black Hippy concert, because we all got our fingers crossed and hoping Black Hippy get together. So maybe you could catch that one. Yeah, that Houston had a lot of energy. It wasn't sold out, but they was partying up there. That junk was lit. Lit. For real. It was real lit up in there. A lot of people say that, for one of my favorite rappers all time, Ice Cube. That's one of my goats. My 3 goats: Ice Cube, Jay-Z, and Busta Rhymes. Hey, yo, big up the Busta, yo. He just got his name on the Walk of Fame or whatever it is. I was supposed to do a thing on that, but yo, big up the Busta, man. Listen, I remember when Busta was coming up, he didn't always get the respect that he deserved, because I got to remember, man, like they talk about Pac. Pac never won a Grammy, but Pac came through a time where male rappers was the best of the best was out there, man. We could name 50 rappers right now, and you're gonna be like, oh, because it was the best of the best. Biggie had his crew, Jay had his crew, DMX had his crew, Ja Rule, 50 Cent, Eminem, all these cats was coming up and coming through, so it was tough. Now, I remember, I think it was 1988. I was living on the East Coast. I was living in New York. I just came from the islands in 87. And all New York rap was about self-destruction, heading for self-destruction. And it was about peace and togetherness. And we were all like kumbaya singing. And then all of a sudden we turned the radio on one day and we all heard was Straight Outta Compton. It was like, oh, who is that? And when that dropped, that F the Police and all that came out, it was like that Cali beat is just different, it's just a different vibe. And that whole GNX album, like, and I still think some of these songs on this album was originally Drake diss songs. Like Squabble Up, I think was a Drake diss song, and he changed it up because Kendrick is an amazing writer. He can bar you up and just I just wanted to have a friendly fade, and he really meant that. He could disrespect you without disrespecting the family. But this, and I tell people there's people that say I'm a new Kendrick Lamar fan. What's the album to listen to? I said, bro, if you could rock with GNX and you like that, I think you should be all right. Like start with that and work your way back. Start with that. Oh, they down there having a conversation. Hey, Diana, I'm gonna make you a mediator. Let's say mod. Judith too. Judith, if you're interested, I'll make you a mediator too down in the chat. Because you guys are always down there. So sometimes I be here talking and everything, and I look down and they're fighting people down there in the chat. I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all come through, be protected. Even when I'm wrong, they be down there defending me. I feel like Drizzy. Just be doing stuff, just be like, man, they got me. They got me. I appreciate y'all. Oh, whoa. D-Wall, so whoa. It was playoff rocket tickets? Oh, okay. Didn't the Rockets win the championship? Oh, that sucks, right? The Rockets did win the championships this year, didn't they? Am I wrong about that? The chat started moving. Yeah, the Rockets did win that series too, because they won the championship, right? Damn, so you missed out on well, he's okay though, so that's all that matters. You remember that, right? When everybody was all party and everybody was like getting together. There was a whole bunch of songs they did. And it was like all of a sudden it was like NW was like, man, enough of that Lottie Dottie shit. And they were just like came out of nowhere. Straight out of Compton, crazy named Ice Cube. It was like, yo, whoa. I remember me and my brother sitting in our room and we heard that album for the first time. We couldn't let our grandmother hear that because she kicked our ass. Grandma didn't play, but I remember we were sitting in the room and we heard this and we was like, what is this? Because it was different. You could hear it's different. Just like when you hear that GNX album, like I don't understand how people could not like that album. There's nothing about that doesn't say love and fun and excitement. That's a party in a party. And I know he's trying to kill the party, but not that party. His party's okay. Now, I think Damn for me would probably be my favorite Kendrick's album too. Not because it's his best album, but it's the first album that I discovered him at. So I'm always going to have a different love for him. That was the album that I had already discovered him before the album, but that was the album that came out right when I discovered him. It was like came out, I think, a couple of weeks after, because I had a buddy, Clarence from Cali, my boy Clarence. he put me onto him, shit, we talking 10, 11 years ago. And that was the album that came out. And I remember like just listening to it, and it was a different vibe because it took it. Everybody who listens to Kendrick knows the first couple of time you hear it, you got to really listen, and his dialect is different, so you got to really pay attention. But yeah, Damn to me, it's not my favorite, but it means more to me because it was the first Kendrick Lamar album that I was able to hear. Now, listen, for me, this GNX album to me is probably my favorite. Now, I like a lot of stuff Kendrick's done, but overall album from start to finish, no skips. It's just the story is telling. Now, I know all the other stuff, it's just as good, but like to me, Damn was more soulful to me, I think. That should hit my soul. It has a lot of jazz, I want to say, in there. That hit your soul. Yeah. I mean, right now, because Kendrick took out the top and he's on top, he can put out any type of music he chooses to at this point. And that's what's going to change. Because I think the next album he puts out is going to kind of tell us where music's going to go in the direction, the sound, and he changed the sound. And that's why a lot of these rappers saying that rap suck right now. It sucks for everybody else. It sucks for them because they're the ones that's been using these 808 beats or whatever they call them to hide their lyrics. I hate when I'm listening to a song and you hear the and the beat's dope, but you can't hear one word they saying. That's pacifier music. I don't want that. I want to hear the lyrics. I want to hear what they saying, And that's why a lot of these guys are afraid to drop. And I appreciate you coming through, Ronald. Yeah, I just came on to, do a few discussions about the GNX Tour, and I got into talking to y'all, but I'm be getting ready. I get ready to get out of here soon, But I appreciate you coming through, hanging out with me, man. Make sure if y'all still here, make sure I hit the like button, get this video out to more people. I really appreciate y'all hanging out with me. I don't always get to do a lot of live stream, but sometimes I like to come on and talk and, hey, listen to the people. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to remember what interview that was. Starting mixtape together like it was made. Damn. Listen, Kendrick's a genius. He even in that interview he did with Apple Music for the Super Bowl, and he talked about how much it was a sport. Rapping is a sport. And I still think that he's because he haven't responded to Joey at all. I think Joey may get some lines. I don't know if he's gonna get a full response, but for what I'm hearing, he did talk to Joey. He did talk to Joey. Oh wow. Was that like one of those morning shows in New York, the Hot 93, Hot 93.7, or maybe it could probably be one of those. Because believe it or not, Kendrick spends a lot of time in New York. He got a house in New York. A lot of people don't realize that, If you're gonna really move around, you're gonna have places on both coasts. Both coasts. When he did that other song back in the day and he talked about being the king of New York, that was really dear to get under their skin, piss them off. And he did. It did what he was supposed to do. He planted that seed. he's playing all kinds of games in Drake head right now. Like he's just doing backstrokes, and Drake's just it's all messed up now. It's all messed up now. But definitely have to cut some of these up and repost them. Ooh, let me see. Let me make you a moderator, Diana. Definitely New York. I mean, you got to even think with this tour he got going on. Think about how many because these cats, they all got houses around the world. You know, they live in life. They live in life. That's crazy. Let me see if I can do it from here. Nope. I'm also gonna put maybe I could do it after I go down, but Diana and Judith. I'm gonna make y'all mods. All right, yo. Any last requests before I get out of here? Yeah, man. If y'all checking in because of the concert coming up, you know, I know they added Schoolboy Q to the Australian leg of the tour, which is only 2 dates in the Melbourne and Sydney, but that's not till December 3rd and December 10th. We got 2 more dates in Europe. You know, the last one's going to be in Sydney. The next date is going to be the 6th coming up. And before we get to December, after this European tour, we're going to be going to South America, which will be these tour dates in Mexico City, Colombia, Brazil, Argentina, and Chile. Now, if you get an opportunity to hit any of these shows, let me know down in the comments what the show's like, how you going. Are you going solo, family? You know, let us know how that is. Yeah, I appreciate everybody that joined me. Thank you, Diana. I appreciate you coming through, hanging out with me. Yeah, I got some mashups coming for y'all. You know, always got to try to, you know, switch it up, you know. Can't keep doing the same thing all the time. But I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. And I'm going to see y'all on the next one. Peapod Cove. I'm out. Y'all have a good night, y'all. Peace.